Hey guys, it's Drummond. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you know whenever I'm posting my next video. So I titled this video Flashlight because I kind of wanted to talk about some things that the Jessie J song from the Pitch Perfect movie kind of reminds me of. Just because there were some people in my life that really were flashlights in my life. They were people that kind of inspired me to kind of keep on pushing on through hard times, and 2020 has most definitely been an extremely rough year for a lot of people, myself included. And I feel like there's just so much hatred going on in the world right now. And it really does affect me as a person because for me, I really do care about everyone and I really do want everyone to be treated fairly. I do want everyone to have a good life and be happy. And because of that, I am constantly trying to help and help and help. And very few people actually pour back into me. For me personally, it was my granddad and my best friend Trey that really poured into me as a person. So they were the type of people that really just kind of knew exactly when to call me. They knew exactly what to say. And it just was really helpful to have them in my life. And unfortunately, both of them have been taken out of my life. So for me, I've been kind of running on energy that I just kind of muster up for myself and the positivity that I kind of make for myself. I'm not saying that my current friends don't help pour into me, but when it came to like the things that Trey would do for me and the things that Trey said and the way that my granddad was able to help me through a lot of really difficult times, it's very different than a lot of the friends that I have in my life right now. And with all the negativity that's going on in the world right now, it's been really hard for me. For me personally, I dealt with my car breaking down during the pandemic, so I had to get a new car during the pandemic, as well as my company is currently affiliated with Sprint, who's going through a merger with T-Mobile, and everything is just kind of up in the air and extremely uncertain with what's going to happen to my future career-wise. So with all of that on top of the stresses of the protests, the stresses of this coronavirus going around and everything just kind of changing, it's been extremely hard for me to stay positive. And if you're someone that's watched my channel for a while, you know that when it comes to my relationship with my family, I have great relationships with my sisters, but when it comes to my mom and my sister's mental health, they're all over the place like a roller coaster. And more recently, my mental health has really been taking a hit just because being on social media seems to be a very negative place right now. And of course, back in 2016, when politics and everything was kind of going crazy, it was really hard to be on social media just because of all the hate that was being thrown around. And 2020 is another election year, and this has become a very heated election year just because so many things are being discussed. So the COVID stuff has turned political. The Black Lives Matter has become political. The LGBT stuff, which I am a part of, has become political. And everyone seems to have an opinion. And to me, it almost seems like no matter what side you're on, everyone is being extremely hateful. And I'm the type of person that I always try to be understanding and I try to be caring. And lately it's been really hard for me because even when I try to tell people, hey, I see why that is your perspective, but here's a different perspective that maybe you could look at and see where other people are coming from, I get hit with so much hate that it's gotten to the point where it's just draining to me and my mental health has really plummeted. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would see that I've been kind of hanging out with friends, even though during the pandemic it's something that you should try not to do. But my mental health has gotten to the point where if I just went to work and sat at home all day, I would just be at rock bottom. I would not be in a good place. I know that this past weekend, you probably saw my post on Instagram where I hung out with a group of my friends, and honestly, I needed that weekend because for me, everything that I'm dealing with and all the different people that I'm trying to reach out to and help, and then all the different people that are reaching out to me to help promote their companies or products, it's gotten a little bit too much to bear. And the friends that did come over, they've got their own businesses and they really helped me kind of talk through some things. And right now I'm trying to brand my YouTube channel, so I'm looking for a logo and I've been working with people on that. So There's so many different things going on in my life right now and a lot of uncertainty, and for me, that really drains me, and I've been trying my best to kind of keep myself going. If you guys have followed my YouTube channel, you know that usually I'm the type of person that posts at least one video a week, and recently I've just kind of been falling behind just because mentally I am not there. I'm not like able to muster up like this smile and energy to make a video, as well as I don't want to post any content right now that distracts us from the things that need to be brought to the front line, which is like the Black Lives Matter, the human rights thing for the LGBT community, and the health of everyone in the world right now when it comes to the coronavirus. Honestly, it's just been a lot on my plate, and I've been trying to figure out how I can do all of it and still kind of stay above water mental health wise. I know that after hanging out with my friends this weekend, I was just in such high spirits. I was in such a good mood. And then I got a text message from my dad kind of condemning me for hanging out with friends and being around people, saying that I put my grandmother's life at risk, who does not live with me, and the person that works on our farm's life at risk, who also does not live with me, but uses stuff within the barn on our property, which I also don't mess with because I don't do any of the farm work on the farm. In the message, he said, under no circumstances are you to come anywhere near the guy that works on our farm or his family, because obviously you don't care about putting people's life at risk and you're taking no measures to protect yourself or the people around you. And honestly, that really hurt because at work I wear a mask. When I go out into public, I wear a mask. The only time I wasn't wearing a mask was when I was sitting at the table eating, which it's really hard to eat with a mask on, and when it came to being at the waterfall where I was hanging out with my friends. Yes, I understand that being around other people puts me at risk of catching something, but for me personally, I needed it. And I also make sure that when it comes to me being around other people who are at higher risk, that I am taking the measures to make sure that they are protected, like washing my hands 24/7. When it comes to wearing a mask, if I'm in public, I've got a mask on. And for me, honestly, when it comes to my relationship with my dad, if you've seen any of my YouTube videos, our relationship is already on rocky grounds. So for me, it's really hard to have any type of communication with him because instead of talking to me like a person, a lot of times when he talks to me like I'm dirt on the ground. And here recently, it's just been extremely hard to communicate with him because to me, the way that he communicates with me is very disrespectful. And being that I'm an adult now, I feel like the way that he communicates with me should be a little bit more than him talking to me like I'm a 5-year-old child. So getting back onto the topic of being someone's flashlight, I know that my YouTube channel and that my social media spreads a lot of positivity for people, and I think it's really important right now to be spreading as much positivity as possible. So when I'm on social media, I'm trying to respond to everyone's messages because I believe everyone's messages are important. But a lot of people don't realize that I am a person, I do have a job, and there's a lot of stress going on in my life right now. So if it takes me a little bit longer to respond back to your comments, please don't get to the point where instead of waiting for my message, you start sending hateful messages, because once again, I do care about people's messages, and it does hurt when I get messages like that on any of my social media platforms. I know here recently I've really been trying to spend time with people that have positive vibes and that bring happiness into my life, because honestly, I've been in an extremely dark hole recently mentally, and for me, it's really important to be surrounded by my friends that care about me, my friends that know how to cheer me up. And to be honest, when it comes to text messages, it doesn't come anywhere close to actually being physically in the same location with someone. Yes, I live with my sister and my nephew, so thankfully I've got them to kind of cheer me up. I know that when my nephew sees me coming home and he gets excited, it definitely warms my heart. Unfortunately, on some days, I'm so mentally drained from everything that's happening that I can't even really enjoy time with my nephew, like playing video games or reading books or playing with his toys. So for me, that's even more mentally draining because I feel like I'm letting my nephew down because he's so excited to see me and I'm just like, blah. So yes, I've taken a little bit of a step back when it comes to posting on YouTube. I've been trying to keep up with my Instagram stuff. So I've been commenting back and replying to everyone's stuff. So hopefully you guys feel like I'm still producing content that you guys enjoy. And hopefully if you guys follow me on YouTube, you follow me on my Instagram as well. So I'm gonna end the video here. Hopefully you guys are having a great week. Hopefully things are kind of moving in the positive direction for you. I know that amongst everything, it's really hard to be positive, but we need to help each other out. We need to be each other's flashlights. And if you haven't already, make sure you go check out my Instagram. I do have a Facebook as well. I'll leave the links down below. I also have a Twitter, don't post on there as much recently, as well as a Snapchat, which, because I live in the middle of nowhere, apparently one of the updates made it to where Snapchat doesn't work as well out here, so I haven't really been on there as much, but occasionally I'll post some stuff on there as well if that's your platform of choice. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.